more this coming year.
Yes, sir.
How did you come up with that?
The standard economic indicators from years past and the projections that we received from other government agencies based on the amount that we have in the bank receiving interest on gave us that amount.
Okay.
Any other questions or discussion?
Mr. Chair, these handouts that you passed around, Ms. Brock, these are just monthly expenditure.
There are two different types of reports that our system can run at the touch of a button, so to speak. Mr. Elliott and I had a brief conversation, and even though we didn't get into it, I thought preemptively I would provide him with samples of templates for possibilities for us reporting to you in the future on expenditures on a monthly basis. We had done that in the past, and then we stopped, and then we started again, and then we stopped. I think is something that Mr. Elliott would like to see continued on a consistent basis. The two examples provided were for y'all to discuss and select which one of the two that you'd like, and of course we can print both if you'd like, but I just thought we'd provide examples of the templates.
So we'll, once a month in council meeting, we'll review this. Personally, I like, because I'm old, I like the lines and the grid
The landscape.
and
I must
the
be old too, because that's
landscape.
my preference as well. It's just easier for me to read. And we can provide both of those. It's not a problem to do that. We just thought that providing both templates would be simpler for council members to choose which one of the two that they liked better.
And then she'll have notes beside anything that's, the budget's more than 100% spent to explain why.
Or any other note that may be applicable to a line item. Now, if you flip to the landscape one, and these are just samples for templates. I mean, and those numbers are actual, by the way, but without having an entire year of monthly, it's hard to discern where you are on that scale, except for that percentage column on the far right. So right now it says we're negative in balance transfers. Well, we haven't completed the transfer this fiscal year from the rock quarry. So that would be a note we'd put on there. You know, it may look like we're in the negative 500. We just have not done that step yet.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd like to label that one as one, and since the other one, we'll call it two. But I'd like to, I guess that would need I guess a motion. That would be number one, revenue expenditure, which would be the chart that he's stating, for that to be brought up. Can that also be published monthly, Miss? I guess that'd be to Ms.
Absolutely.
Smith. We
It
can
can be
publish
placed
that.
in your council packets monthly, like the first meeting of every month.
And we can
We can
put that in the
each of
backup
council
material
packets
as
and include
well.
it in the backup.
Okay.
That way
Mr.
you
Chairman,
don't
I'd
have to
like
come
to
and
make
look at a
that
book.
motion from, I guess that would that need to be referred to council, Mr. Root? Or would that just come out of committee?
It could just be the administrator's prerogative, really. She could give it to council. It's really a matter of keeping you all updated and to the extent that y'all want to give direction, keeping the citizens updated. So it could be put in backup material. She could just decide to put it as a link on the website.
Okay.
But if y'all want to give her specific direction, it could come out of the committee, it could come out of full council, either way.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion as stated on that and call that revenue one with the chart.
I'm sorry, just for clarification for me, revenue one is landscape or portrait?
With the lines.
Landscape.
Is that,
Thank you, sir.
make it a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion?
This is the one everybody understands.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman. I'm looking at this administrative, and you've got for advertisement 65,000, and then you flip over to page 46, and this next year you've got it up at 165,000.
Or, forgive me, Mr. Hart, back to the budget book.
Yeah, it's on page 46. It's under,
Oh, this is for the non-departmental. Okay, so this is the combination of every single department in Oconee County's advertising allotment for last year, plus the additional expense for running the notice to creditor ads, which there was an increase in this year, which we had discussed on 423. You know, they have to run the legal ads 3 times. Previously, they were $25. I believe now they're $225, $220 or $225. So what we did was take the entire county's advertising and we put it in non-departmental so that we could create a pool of advertising money rather than each department having their own allocation for advertising.
well, what was our budget for this year for advertising?
This year, the budget amount for advertising in the non-departmental, you just told me the page and I didn't listen because I was talking. Get to the point where glasses will help. Non-departmental. The advertising total is $215,000 and that is a countywide total.
What have we spent this year?
This current year, I do not have that data on me, but would be happy to provide that in the
Well, I
time in
have the
between.
data. I got it from Mrs. Price, and it was 237,000 and some odd cents.
Okay, so it's 237,000 and some odd cents. You have an updated report. I have not run that to date.
Well, anyway, the question is,
Now, that balance that you received from Ms. Price, did that include any reimbursements for grants?
ask her.
Okay, that does not include any reimbursements for grants that we have for public information regarding tires, mosquitoes, waste, littering. Sometimes we get money back from the Department of Commerce, I said Converse, Commerce for economic development and tourism-related things. We get reimbursements back for some of the advertising. I can also run that report for you if you'd like.
Now, I would like to look at that, yes. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.